Hello, everyone. My name is Scott Bailey. I'm the Chief Growth Officer for Mass Challenge, and I'm excited to be here today and introduce you to some incredibly inspiring and compelling entrepreneurs. So the three entrepreneurs that are going to be presenting very shortly are VerifyU, Clearblade, and Pixum. Now, this year we launched a competition with Ingram Micro called the Comet Competition, and it was a global competition that teaches startups how to launch and pursue opportunities through the IT channel and how to commercialize their technologies and scale. We had 12 winners that will receive over $1.5 million to go to market in Ingram Micro's channels. It's an amazing opportunity for high potential entrepreneurs. So before we hear from the startups, I wanted to tell you a little bit about how we got here. First, when we approached Ingram Micro and started talking about a partnership, we realized that there's so many opportunities for high potential startups to be deploying their solutions in the cloud. And many of you are looking and trying to find high potential startups to work with. Mass Challenge, since 2010, has accelerated over 2,000 entrepreneurs. They've gone on to raise over $4.3 billion in funding, create over 100,000 jobs, and they've got revenues exceeding $2.5 billion. The likelihood of going through Mass Challenge significantly increases the ability to both grow, raise money, and hire employees. So we decided to partner with Ingram Micro to try and bring these high potential solutions onto the platform and help them scale. So in 3 major markets that support innovation, Boston, Tel Aviv, and Austin, we found 12 companies in each market that went through a rigorous round of judging, and we identified 4 finalists in each category. We were able to then work with Ingram Micro to help them learn how to fuel and channel market success throughout the last few months. Today, all 12 of those companies are actually showcasing at the conference, so I encourage you to meet with them. Since Mass Challenge doesn't take any equity from the startups that we support, it's a really unique opportunity to fast-track their success with Ingram Micro and many of you in the room. So hopefully, after you hear these startups pitch, I encourage you to come reach out to them and try and find ways to work with them. This is going to be a win-win for the startups, Ingram Micro, and all of you. Because all of a sudden, as a reseller, you have an opportunity to add this as part of your value proposition to your customers. These entrepreneurs are doing incredibly inspiring things in everything from anti-phishing to cybersecurity and IoT. So before we get started, I think I'd like to try and give you an idea that just because these startups are going to be launching on the platform also means they get access to tons of corporate partners, prize money, as well as just the opportunity to scale with many of you. So the 3 startups that you're going to hear from today, each are going to win $100,000 and the $1.5 million to scale on the Ingram Micro platform. So first up, I'd like to play a quick video and give an opportunity for you to learn more about what's going on with the competition.
What we thought is that we would run a set of competitions around the globe to really start to bring that technology that people never seen.
The biggest challenge that a startup can have is educating the market.
Startup is all about thinking not outside the box, but disregarding the fact that there is a box.
I think with any entrepreneurship, it's all about going forward and pushing, taking that next step.
You have to have a great technology, but at the same time, you have to have a market and the need out there.
I think you have to bring something that's different, but something that's ready to get out there that we believe in and you believe in as well.
You know, this is what we live for. This is where the energy comes from.
Best part of it about being a startup is that you finally get your chances to fulfill your dream.
It's awesome being in a startup, trying to build and change the world.
I think we're in for another couple of exciting years because the level of automation and the creativity is phenomenal.
And for our first entrepreneur, I'd like to invite Roy from VerifyU, coming all the way from Tel Aviv to the stage.
Thank you all for coming today. I just want to apologize because you're going to sleep much worse tonight. So anybody of you taken a selfie lately, maybe with the Ingram application? probably. So selfies can actually be used to extract biometric information from fingerprints. And once your fingerprint is compromised, you can never change it, and it's compromised forever. Also, researchers managed to create fake fingerprints that match 65% of the population, which is extremely disturbing. What about uploading photos to Facebook, Instagram? Sure, we all do it. So these can also be used to extract biometric information from face, from the eyes. In this case, this is a YouTube video that shows how publicly available images can be used to extract biometric information from the iris and spoof the identity of the person. In this case, Angela Merkel. Also quite disturbing. Also, 4 out of 10 devices can be used to hack using a 2D image. So basically, you can take someone's device, take their photo, just put it next to each other and unlock the device. Very simple. So as we can see, existing biometrics are failing. They use visible features that can never be replaced, meaning they are bound to the device. You need to enroll and verify yourself on the same device. Therefore, they do not address many critical use cases. This is where we come in, using our active behavioral biometric solution that is meant to be secure, usable for the user, while keeping user privacy, your privacy. This is our flagship product, the behavioral one-time password. All the user has to do is just draw a random set of characters on the screen, and then we collect all of the biometric information from the device. Not only do we do an analysis on the shape of the character, but we do an intricate analysis on the finger pressure, surface, the way the user handles the device, and much more. And now, obviously, everybody's favorite time, which is demo time. Here we can see the enrollment process. The user just receives a set of characters that they have to draw and repeat a few times. This allows us to extract the information needed to create the user profile in the enrollment. After that, for the verification, all they have to do is just receive, again, a random set of characters. They just have to repeat and draw them on the screen. And for the really cool part here, you can just pick up any other device without pre-enrolling. Just type in the username, and you can verify yourself without having to onboard again, like fingerprints, for example. What this means, you never have to call the help desk again or just do long processes to recover your account. And the even cooler part here is that the first device can be an iPhone, the second device can be an Android. So it's fully device agnostic. Another example that shows how Verify can be used to log into a bank account or any web application. You just receive the challenge sent to your mobile device. No passwords, nobody likes passwords. I bet none of you do. No tokens, no hassle, just get into your account and get business done. So as we can see, Verify addresses unsolved use cases like server-side login, cross-device verification. You can enroll and verify on different devices, which is not possible with existing biometrics, and much, much more like account recovery and transaction authorization. So just to do a quick summary, we're providing a differentiated solution using a team of superstars, a patented solution. We have a patent granted in the US, and perfect time to market with all the privacy and GDPR regulations and the high focus on user privacy. So thank you all for listening and coming to the event, and for Ingram Micro for the organization. We're Verify You, and we help you sleep at night. Thank you.
Thank you, Roy.
Shut it off? Please come by our booth, booth 53. Happy to see you there. Thank you.
Thank you, Roy. Let's give him another round of applause. Congratulations. Our next entrepreneur hails from Austin, and he's dubbed himself the super nerd of IoT. At least that's what he told me backstage. I'd like to welcome Eric to the stage with Clearblade.
Wow, wonderful. I'm the super nerd. Sorry, Aaron. Hey, good morning, folks. I'm Eric Simoni, and I'm the CEO of Clearblade, based in Austin, Texas. And we are the world's most advanced edge computing company on the planet. And that's bold. I know it's bold, but we're applying this technology to IoT today. I want to, little quick story. Before I got up on stage, they told us to go to the bathroom just in case we got a little nervous, right? And I'm trying to get the soap out of the dispenser and the thing won't work, right? And then I try to get the water and it won't work. And I got to get up here and talk about how great IoT is and how it's going to change the world. I miss my handles. Before I move on, listen, thanks to Ingram Micro, Nimesh and the team at Ingram for running the Comet competition and recognizing brilliance and finding those diamonds in the Comet, because one of the hardest things it is to do as a startup, even if you have the best technology on the planet, is be noticed and get recognized and get it into a market. And that's the power of partnership, and that's the power of ecosystem. So thanks again. All right, let's get into it. So what is Clearblade? So we are enterprise software for IoT. Enterprise software means we attack some really difficult problems in a way that's flexible and integrates with systems that have been around for decades. And we've been on this mission for the last several years. I was fortunate enough to build a startup company in the Bay Area from '94 to 2000. And when I was around during that party, during the internet boom, I built a services company. I always felt like an outsider. And the one thing that stuck with me during that time was, with every major shift in technology, new software must be built from the ground up, blank piece of paper. And so when I saw the mobile movement hit, and we saw the mobile movement hit a few years ago, I knew it was time. And so I called our CTO up, who was in Raleigh at the time, and said, build me a box, a virtual box that does these things. And he said, you're absolutely crazy at first. And then eventually he said, I can do that. So we built Clearblade with a mission to be the IoT runtime for this new shift in technology, which is happening right now. What we've done with the internet in the first 30 years is going to pale in comparison to what you see over the next 30 years. We are going to instrument everything. Trains, planes, automobiles, medical equipment, and it's happening now, but it's way too hard. So, what do we do? Clearblade standardizes the way IoT solutions are delivered and deployed. Any cloud, any server, any network, connecting any device over any protocol, and backhauling over any network in a secure, performant, open, and portable way. We've got to give the power back to the enterprises that are deploying these systems. We don't want to be tethered in some place where we're locked in with this technology. The other problem with IoT is how it's delivered. Customers, your customers, do not need science projects. And to date, IoT has been a massive science project for your customers. It's too hard to build. Safer rail, protected workers, quality food, optimized buildings, secure mining, as well as efficient oil. These are all things that Clearblade is part of today, because we're delivering solutions in a more out-of-the-box way. So it's got to be, I'm going to draw an analogy here to the consumer device. You folks familiar with the company Sonos, the speaker company, right? I've got a Sonos system, and when it got delivered to my house, it comes in a nice box. I open it up, I place the speakers around my house, I configure that system, and I have music. Enterprise IoT has got to get to a similar consumer experience. And the only way to do that is by marrying hardware and software and delivering it to your customers in a way that's easy to deploy. Clearblade enables this out-of-the-box experience. So now I get to do the super nerd part, right? So our technology, what is it? At the end of the day, it's a virtual container. It is software. Virtual container that contains solutions. So a solution is much like a snowflake, like we have on a screen. Every customer, every vertical solution is different. Clearblade supplies the virtual container that can be deployed, again, any cloud, any on-prem server, any edge compute device, connecting with any system. I don't care if it's COBOL written in 1974, we can connect to it. Because you can't throw away what you got to leverage what you have. And we deploy edge compute, which is critical, because many times you need that solution to run on-premise, on the vehicle, on the train, on the medical device, and not go to the cloud. And we enable solutions, new solutions for IoT that's going to drive the new economies of all these countries and drive your businesses. So now we've got a video of some of the things that Clearblade is doing today. Cue up the video. Edge to cloud. So let me simplify IoT a little bit for you. At the end of the day, IoT mostly is about the tracking of critical devices from location and monitoring their status. So what you see here are several modules that come out of the box with Clearblade to solve things like location tracking, device monitoring, analytics, dashboarding, etc. So these modules allow your customers to get 50 to 80% out of the box with what Clearblade provides today. You see an example now of location, where we can track dots on a map or dots in a building. Some of our solutions today are doing things like saving lives on Class 1 rail. Our software is being deployed on 25,000 railroad crossings across the US and North America to improve the way that those crossings work and to predictively monitor when they're going to fail, saving lives. We're doing something similar in mining, where we're putting our edge compute technology on massive trucks that haul slag, which is molten lava that gets dumped into reservoirs, but these trucks share the same roads as some of the workers, and there are accidents. We do things in the medical industry where we're helping brain disease. We're helping identify brain disease through AI. We leverage technologies like blockchain, like you see here, for supply chain management. We are Clearblade. We are the planet's best edge computing company, and we're focused on IoT, and I'm just happy to be working with Ingram Micro and happy to be on stage with you folks. Thanks again.
Thank you, Eric. So just a quick reminder, these companies, the three that you're hearing from today, came from over 300 applications from all over the world. So you're seeing some of the best ideas that actually came through this competition. And last but not least, I'd like to invite Arun, who's Boston-based, just won a bunch of awards, but I'll let him tell you about it, with his company, Pixum. There you go.
Thank you, Scott. Good morning, everybody. Data breach and phishing attacks. I don't think I need to tell you anything more than that. So anti-phishing technology today, what are the big names that come to mind? Proofpoint, Mimecast, Microsoft, Cisco, Barracuda, any of those names. Everyone out there is based in the cloud. They connect to your email server or firewall or network. Pixum is the world's first endpoint-based anti-phishing that stops phishing attacks at the point of click in real time on your laptop, and we use deep learning computer vision to do that. Two big terms, endpoint and computer vision. So why endpoint-based? So Pixum is on the endpoint because what hackers have done in the past couple of years is they have made phishing attacks completely stealth. So what this means is if I as a hacker send you a phishing email with a link in it, I know that before you look at it, the proof points and the Mimecast are sitting in between and they try to open the link. And when they do that, I know it's not you, so I completely block them from seeing the attack. And when it gets to your inbox and you click on it, that's when I know it's you, and that's when you see the actual phishing attack coming up on your laptop. So you have to be on the endpoint to see these phishing attacks in real time. And the other big reason is what hackers are doing is they're targeting employees on their personal accounts like Gmail and Hotmail and LinkedIn and using that to get into the corporate account. And what better example than John Podesta from the last US elections? And what you're looking at here is an actual phishing attack that we stopped during the US elections, which is the same visual signature that John Podesta saw, and we took it to the authorities as well. So what does Pixum do? You install it on your laptop or desktop, and it installs a software and a browser extension And anytime you click on a link, anywhere it is, it opens in your browser. We take a screenshot and we use computer vision to look at it and say, does this visually look like a login of PayPal, Amazon, Microsoft? And immediately we check, is it hosted on the website that you're currently on? Is that an authorized website of that brand? If not, we shut it down. And by shut down, I mean you can no longer click or type or do anything else on this page. And let's see an actual phishing attack that I got very recently. And you'll see why these attacks are stealth in nature. So this is an attack on Azure services. So if you're selling Azure services, you want to take a look. And you see that February 27th, I try to open the link, and they host it on public hosting services so that they don't get blocked, and then redirect it to the actual source, which is also hosted on Microsoft domain. And you can see here, we shut it down in 1 second in real time. And I've got a whole list of brands here that call it safe. And 12 hours later, you see Cisco, that's IBM, and Google, Fish Tank, Norton, Trend Micro, Symantec, McAfee, name it. I've got like almost 80 most popular cybersecurity brands in this video here. You can see they're all calling it safe. And why are they not able to detect these attacks? Is because these are zero-day phishing attacks that are stealth. Now, this is virus total after 12, 20 hours, 55 hours, 65 hours. The community is already starting to say there's a phishing attack, but they haven't done it. Sophos Home Premium, 84 hours later. And this is the proof that to show that it's completely stealth. So these are some web-based services where you can submit URLs to scan a particular URL. And you see here, they see forbidden. Another such service in the phishing space, they see forbidden. And just when you thought that two-factor auth is going to help you, that even if they had your password, a Polish cybersecurity researcher releases this tool called Modliszka just 2 months ago, and this was all over the news, and people are worried. And this is a man-in-the-middle attack where, and you'll see the video now, and to prove that Pixum shuts this down as well in real time, I downloaded this tool, set it up for Office 365 login, and you see here, this is real time. As soon as you click on the link, it opens up and we shut it down. And we use computer vision to see that that's a Microsoft login page and it's not on a Microsoft domain. Back to the deck. And we are coming hot out of RSA. We got featured at RSA as top 50 most promising companies this year. Oh, this is an example of another personal attack that I got on my Hotmail, and you can see all these services are seeing forbidden. So they're all stealth in nature right now, and part of every phishing kit that you can think of. And we got some backing from very well-known cybersecurity investors, and we got an awesome advisory board that is pushing us every step of the way in helping us being a successful business. Ron Gula from Tenable, former Tenable, Chris Weissapol at Veracode, and some former NSA leaders as well. And we got featured at RSA as top 50 most promising companies. MIT featured us last year as 2018's top 10 outstanding companies. And we also won a Google cybersecurity competition just over a year ago. And we also got featured at RSA as top 12 most hottest startups at RSA by CSO Online. And so we are here to stop phishing attacks for good. And we need your help, and we'd love to partner with you in getting this across the world to every device and every business in helping them stop getting them data in breach. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So as much as we ran a competition, I often like to say it's not about selecting winners, it's about creating them. So if you have an opportunity, there's 12 companies here that I hope that you get an opportunity to meet at some point over the next couple of days. I'd like to give one more round of applause for the entrepreneurs that participated. It's a lot of hard work, so let's give them one more round of applause. And I'd like to thank the whole Ingram Micro team. And again, if anyone's interested in learning more about this competition or how to help these entrepreneurs or meet more of them, please come find me. Thanks again.